Space, the final frontier. A vast expanse that stretches beyond our imagination, filled with mysteries and wonders yet to be discovered. It inspires awe and wonder. The beauty of the cosmos has captivated humanity for generations, sparking dreams of exploration and discovery. But it also sparks fear and ambition. The race to conquer space has always been driven by a mix of curiosity and the desire for dominance. Since the dawn of the space age, we have dreamt of exploring the cosmos. From the first steps on the moon to the latest missions to Mars, our quest to understand the universe continues. Yet alongside these dreams, a darker vision emerged. The same technology that allows us to explore space can also be used for more sinister purposes. The possibility of space weapons. The idea that space could become a new battleground where nations vie for supremacy is a chilling prospect. Imagine weapons orbiting our planet capable of striking anywhere on Earth. It's a chilling thought. The potential for destruction is immense, and the consequences could be catastrophic. The idea of space weapons is not just science fiction, it's a real concern. As technology advances, the line between science fiction and reality becomes increasingly blurred. Governments and scientists have grappled with this issue for decades. The debate over the militarization of space is complex and multifaceted, involving questions of national security, ethics, and international law. The stakes are incredibly high. The potential for conflict in space could have far-reaching implications for life on Earth. We're talking about the potential for unprecedented destruction. The impact of space warfare could be devastating, affecting not just military targets but also civilian infrastructure and lives. The very nature of space warfare raises profound questions. What are the ethical implications of weaponizing space? How do we balance the pursuit of technological advancement with the need for global security? Questions about global security, ethics, and the future of humanity. These are not just theoretical concerns, they are pressing issues that require immediate attention and action. We must confront these difficult questions. The decisions we make today will shape the future of space exploration and the role of space in our lives. Our future may depend on it. The choices we make now will determine whether space remains a realm of wonder and discovery or becomes a new frontier for conflict and destruction. The journey towards space weaponization began unexpectedly. It was a time of great scientific curiosity and geopolitical tension. In 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik, the first artificial satellite. This small, beeping sphere marked the dawn of the space age. This event shocked the world. People everywhere were both amazed and terrified by the possibilities that Sputnik represented. It also ignited the space race. The United States and the Soviet Union were now in a fierce competition to dominate space. The United States, fearing a space gap, poured resources into its own space program. NASA was established, and the race to the moon began. Both superpowers recognized the military potential of space. Satellites were not just for scientific exploration, they could serve strategic purposes. Satellites could be used for spying, communication, and guiding missiles. They became the eyes and ears of the military. The Cold War saw the development of anti-satellite weapons, or ASATs. These weapons were designed to neutralize the enemy's space assets. These were designed to destroy enemy satellites. The idea was to blind the opponent by taking out their surveillance and communication capabilities. Thankfully, neither side used these weapons in anger. Diplomatic efforts and treaties helped to prevent the escalation of space warfare. The consequences would have been disastrous. The destruction of satellites could lead to a cascade of debris endangering all space activities. In the 1980s, President Ronald Reagan proposed the Strategic Defense Initiative, or SDI. This ambitious plan aimed to protect the United States from nuclear attacks. This program, nicknamed Star Wars, aimed to create a space-based missile defense system. It envisioned satellites equipped with lasers and other advanced technologies to intercept incoming missiles. While SDI never came to fruition, it highlighted the growing interest in space-based weaponry. The idea of using space for defense and offense continues to evolve, shaping the future of military strategy. Today, space is more crowded than ever. The skies above us are teeming with a myriad of satellites, each serving a unique purpose. From commercial ventures to governmental operations, the sheer number of these man-made objects is staggering. Thousands of satellites orbit our planet. They form a complex web of technology that encircles the Earth, providing us with countless services that we often take for granted. Many are used for peaceful purposes, communication, navigation, and scientific research. These satellites enable us to stay connected, find our way, and expand our understanding of the universe. But these satellites are vulnerable. Despite their advanced technology, they are not invincible. They can be easily targeted by adversaries, making them potential weak points in our global infrastructure. They could be targeted and destroyed, disrupting critical infrastructure on Earth. Imagine the chaos if communication networks were severed or GPS systems were knocked offline. The impact on daily life and national security would be profound. Beyond satellites, other space weapon technologies are being explored. The race to develop these technologies is intensifying, with nations vying for dominance in this new frontier. Lasers, for example, could be used to disable or destroy satellites and even targets on the ground. These high-energy beams can travel vast distances, making them a formidable tool in space warfare. Kinetic bombardment systems, a more brutal approach, involve dropping projectiles from orbit. These systems rely on the sheer force of gravity to accelerate objects to incredible speeds. Imagine a rod of tungsten propelled by gravity achieving incredible speeds. Upon impact, the energy released would be equivalent to a small nuclear explosion, causing massive destruction without the fallout. It would be capable of causing massive destruction. The potential for devastation is immense, raising ethical and strategic questions about the use of such weapons. The militarization of space is a growing concern. As nations develop these technologies, the risk of conflict in space increases, potentially leading to a new kind of arms race. As technology advances, the line between science fiction and reality blurs. Concepts that once seemed far-fetched are now within our grasp, pushing the boundaries of what is possible. What was once the realm of fantasy is becoming increasingly possible. The future of space is uncertain, but one thing is clear. The weaponization of space is no longer a distant possibility, but a present reality that we must navigate with caution and foresight. The development of space weapons has profound implications for global security. The ability to control space could give a nation a significant military advantage. Imagine being able to cripple an adversary's communication and surveillance capabilities from orbit. This potential for dominance is a recipe for instability and conflict. It could lead to a new arms race, this time in space. Nations might feel pressured to develop their own space weapons, creating a dangerous cycle of escalation. The concept of mutually assured destruction, or MAD, which helped prevent nuclear war during the Cold War, might not apply in space. The vastness and complexity of space make it difficult to ensure retaliation. This uncertainty could make conflict more likely, not less. Section 5. Ethical Implications, a New Age of Warfare. The prospect of space warfare raises profound ethical questions. Some argue that weaponizing space is inherently wrong. It violates the peaceful nature of space exploration and risks turning the cosmos into a battleground. Others argue that space, like the air and sea before it, is destined to become militarized. They believe that we need to develop space weapons to deter aggression and defend our interests. The debate over space weapons is not just about technology, it's about our values. What kind of future do we want to create in space? Do we want a future of cooperation and exploration, or one of conflict and destruction? Section 6. The International Response, Treaties, and Talks. The international community has long recognized the dangers of space weaponization. The 1967 Outer Space Treaty, a landmark agreement, prohibits the placement of weapons of mass destruction in space. However, this treaty does not explicitly ban all types of space weapons. There are loopholes and ambiguities that need to be addressed. For example, the treaty doesn't prevent the development of ASATs or other conventional space weapons. Several countries have called for a new international treaty to prevent an arms race in space. However, progress has been slow. There are disagreements over what types of weapons should be banned and how to verify compliance. Section 7. The Future of Space Warfare. What if? Imagine a future where space is a battleground. Satellites are destroyed in blinding flashes. Debris from these explosions cascades through orbit, creating a hazardous environment for all spacefaring nations. Space warfare wouldn't be confined to orbit. Weapons could be used to attack targets on Earth from space. The consequences of such an attack would be devastating. This is a future we must strive to avoid. The stakes are too high to ignore. We must work together to prevent the weaponization of space and ensure that the cosmos remains a place of peace and discovery. Section 8. The Need for Dialogue, Towards a Safer Cosmos. Preventing a space arms race requires dialogue and cooperation. We need to foster trust between nations and find common ground on this critical issue. International agreements are crucial. We need to strengthen existing treaties and negotiate new ones that address the full range of space weapon threats. Transparency is also essential. Nations should be open about their space activities to reduce suspicion and miscalculation. Section 9. Conclusion: Our shared destiny in the stars. The future of space is uncertain. We can choose a path of peace and cooperation, or one of conflict and destruction. The choice is ours. We have a shared responsibility to protect space for future generations. Let us choose wisely. Let us ensure that the cosmos remains a place of wonder, not warfare.